strategy that I'm dipping my toes in. So I think I don't know the material as thoroughly yet, but I'm
Right.
learning it.
Right. Right. But remember, you did the right thing. You learned a little bit, you came here, you're practicing it. Then you go back, you learn a little bit more, you come back and practice it more. Okay. So
Okay.
kudos to you for doing that. Taking action is the most important thing. T, how do you think Brian did?
I think he had a great pace to where I can understand him as far as
Mm-hmm.
trying to learn the process,
Mm-hmm.
just trying to break it down in layman's terms a little bit more, and without me, asking about the next steps. How am I, involved, and will I be, notified of any updates and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm.
Just giving that information up front, to make it more, comfortable for me, and sounding like, he's the expert and confident in, what he's trying to help me with, I guess.
Right. So I too loved his confidence. It showed through the phone. Okay, so great job on that. I think that you started out strong, but a little bit. I mean, you could do it any way you want, Brian, and everybody else. The way I like to do it is I like to go through the compassionate route first. Okay,
Mhm.
so if you know that that the house is upside down, and she's told you that she's 4 or 5 months behind, okay,
Right.
your first question is, "What's your price?" Okay, so if I'm hurting and someone tells me, "What's your price?" I'm going to give them as high of a price as possible, or I'm going to run through them, basically.
Right.
Okay, because you don't care about me. I'm just a number to you. Okay, all you care about is how much you're going to make. So that's why you're asking me, "What's my price?" Okay, so I can't even remember the last time I started any conversation with "What's your price?" Okay, I'm not saying it's wrong. It's just me. I just don't do it that way. Okay,
Right.
so then you went into how much do you want and all that stuff, and then you asked what have you tried. Okay, so I personally like to start off with what happened. Okay, what got you here. Now you're playing the sympathetic card, and obviously I want you to be genuine about it. I don't want you to be just saying it. Okay, but you want to find out what happened. Why'd they fall behind? Why is the house upside down? Okay. And in the process, if she tells you why the house is upside down now, maybe you can kind of figure out, hey, is this really a doable thing for me or not? Okay. Um, so ask what happened first so that they can tell you their situation. Then you go into what have you tried so far? What have you done to get yourself out of this? Okay. So you want this to be like a process where you can make sense of it flows. Okay. and,
Mhm.
and so first what happened, then what have you tried? Okay, then you come up with possible solutions for her. So so you're behind 4 or 5 months. You owe about 250,000. Okay, and you're behind $4 or $5,000 as well. Okay, this is what I can do for you, and then you go into the quick claim process and what happens. Okay, and she could
Right.
have asked a few other questions from you because this is a something that not too many people are going to approach her with, right? So
Right.
she could have more questions. So one of the questions that Ebony on the side chat asked would be one of them. When would I have to move out of the property? Okay.
Mhm.
So you need to be prepared for these questions as well. Okay.
Okay.
The other one that you're going to mostly get is, well, how do I know that, it's not going to get worse? Okay. Let's say I deed the house to you. Okay. How do I know that you're going to do what you're saying you're going to do?
Right.
Right? So
Right.
I'm just throwing these objections out to you so that you can prepare yourself for them.
I appreciate it, man. So just to summarize, because I was taking notes, pretty
Okay.
much lead with empathy, right? So
Mm-hmm.
get the who, what, where, and why, and if I'm gonna ask for the price, kind of figure it out later. First, figure out what the hell's going on before I can even ask about price.
Exactly. Absolutely right.
Okay.
Okay. And then you also want to know condition. Okay. Okay. So she owes 250. The other part of it was you said, do you want to make money or do you just want to get this off your plate or something to that effect? Well, who's going to
Right.
say, no, I don't want money? I mean,
Correct.
the probability of that is going to be very low. Okay. Of people just going to say, man, I've just had it. Just get rid of this for me and I'll be happy. Okay. Most people are going to say, well, shoot, if I can make some money out of this too, why not?
Hmm.
Okay. So I don't like that question the way it's said personally. Okay. You can do it. You can test it. I would test it, see what happens. Okay. The way I would probably phrase it would be, okay, so what are you looking for? Are you looking to just get rid of the house and start fresh? Or did you have other plans?
Perfect. 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 Bob, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Okay.
You got it, buddy. I appreciate you. Thank you. So
Right.
Isaiah is on. Before you leave, Brian, I want to make sure that T gets a chance to be the buyer and practice as well. Isaiah, are
Sure.
you willing to be the seller or do you want Brian to be the seller now?
I'll be the seller. Let me be the seller. I'll make it tough.
Okay. All right. Sounds
Yeah,
good.
and I
All
want
right.
to work on a follow up from pre foreclosures who say they're either doing loan mod or they're working with the bank. So I want to do
Love it.
follow up
Love it.
with
Love it. So you've already reached them once. They told you, I want to do a low mod, and now you're going to call them back.
correct.
Is
Ring
that right?
ring. Yep, that's right.
Okay.
All right, ring ring.
Hello.
Hey Brian, this Tierra. How you doing?
I'm doing good. What's going on, T? How can I help?
Hey, I was just reaching out to you. We had spoke a couple of weeks ago. I know you mentioned that you were doing a loan modification with your bank. I wanted to see how that was going. Are you still on track?
I am, but um, now's really not a good time.
It's not a good time. Okay. I just wanted to see if there was anything that we can do to help you. When would be a better time?
Probably whenever the bank answers back. Everything's just on track. Everything's going good.
Everything's going good. Okay, what did they say they were going to, do for you? Did you get approved already or is still in the works?
Yeah, I got approved already. It's just not a good time.
Got it. Okay. Well, how about I reach back out to you and let's say on Friday around the same time? Would that work?
Friday, same time. I mean, I make no promises, but you can give it a shot.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time. I'll get back to you on Friday.
Okay. Bye. See, only reason I was being annoying is because I ran into this a lot too. Whenever the sellers they don't want to talk, I don't want to talk either. If they want to talk, let's talk. But if not, okay, I'm gone.
Okay.
Yeah, that was awfully short.
Very.
We're gonna have to go one more time with you, Brian. I understand that that's the one of the main objections that you get is time. I just don't have time. Okay. So one of the things that I would recommend for you to do is, hey, remember one thing, you and everybody else in this room. Okay. Just because you are buying the house, okay, doesn't put you at a lower position compared to the seller. They don't have
Correct.
time, neither do you.
Right.
Okay. You got to remember that.
Lovely.
I don't have time. Oh, that's good because neither do I. I just don't. I hate wasting time. So let's get
Love
this
that.
together. Okay. When's the best time for me to give you a call so that you do have some time so that we can make sure that you get this done? Okay. They're pushing you back. Push back.
Okay.
Don't go. Okay. I'm sorry. Let me. Can I call you back Friday? I can't promise you anything. I know you can't promise me anything, Brian. I'm not sure I can promise you I can call you back on Friday too, because my schedule is so busy. Okay, I got so many of these people that are trying to reach out to me that want my help, and I'm doing my best to help everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Push back. Don't be afraid.
Bob, I can
Got
see why you're the GOAT.
I don't know about that, but um, anyways, that was one. The other part, T. You did great. Okay, for the position, for the situation that you were in. Okay. Um, the one thing that I would add to that was, dang it, I forgot to write it down, and now it's slipped my mind. I know it's going to come back to me, and I'll text you or message you on the side and let you know what it was. Okay. But overall, I
Sure.
think you did well for the situation that you were in. Okay.
Okay.
So let's try that one more time, and let's try it with a little bit more cooperation from the seller.
Let's do it.
Ring ring.
Hello?
Hey Brian, it's T. How you doing?
I'm doing good. What's going on, T? How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. Hey, I just wanted to reach out to you. We spoke a couple of weeks ago about you doing a loan modification with your bank, and I just wanted to follow up with you and see if there everything is going well. Was there any glitches or anything with trying to get that approved?
Honestly, they're just moving a little slower than I anticipated, but everything seems like it's on track.
Well, that's good to hear. I know it can take some time. I'm probably sure that you're in their, file somewhere, but definitely stay on top of them and make sure that you're aware of what's, going on and where they are with your file to make sure it goes through. Um, so, did they say how long it would be for them to get back to you on the next steps?
No, I think I forgot to ask them, but what do you think? How long do you think it usually takes for something like this to kind of get to the finish line? 'Cause I'd love to just fix this loan.
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, I guess it varies by bank. So I'm not sure of an exact time frame for your lender. So I would definitely, see if they can give you an estimated time frame. It's going to be estimate. I can't see that they may have a set date that they have to do, these loan modifications in. So that I would not have that information. So once you get approved, did you say you got approved for the loan modification or you're still waiting?
They said it seems like I'm gonna get approved, but as far as like a legit answer from them, no, I haven't gotten one.
Gotcha. Okay, so it sounds like you're just waiting for them to give you an answer. Now let me ask you this. Did you, think of a plan B of what's going to happen if you don't get approved?
Um, no, I haven't. If I said yes, I'd be lying to you.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I mean, since it is based on, an approval process, that's maybe something that you may want to look into other options, worst case scenario that you don't get approved. Were you aware of all your other options as far as the next steps if it doesn't, get approved?
Mm, no, I don't. I thought that was the only thing that I could do. What are the other options?
Well, you did a loan modification, so let's say that did not work out. Then the next step, which not one of the best options. First, let me just clarify: you are trying to stay in the home. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, gotcha. So the next option is not the best option, but I'm just telling you, what worked for other clients of mine. And of course, I'm not an attorney or anything, but you could, file for bankruptcy. Do you have a foreclosure sale date or auction date set?
I believe so. I think it's on December 29th.
Yeah, so you definitely want to get an answer about the loan modification for sure to see if it's going to get approved so you know which way you need to go. Now, you said you're still waiting, so were you able to submit, a complete package to them of everything that they needed to, approve the loan modification? They have all your paperwork?
Yeah, I gave him everything. Like I said, it's just a matter of pretty much just waiting for the process to be done and finished.
Mhm.
But as far as that, that's pretty much it.
Okay. And you submitted everything on your own, or did you hire someone to help you with that?
It was just me.
It was just you. Okay. Gotcha. So, Brian, I'm just looking here at the other options. Like I mentioned, bankruptcy, another option. I know you're trying to stay in a home. Um, I mean, have you ever thought about, selling and starting fresh?
Yeah, would you buy this property if I couldn't get approved for the loan modification?
Absolutely. We do also buy homes. We're like a one-stop real estate firm. So whatever you need help with, we definitely are the ones to go to for whatever option, you need help with. So yes, we do buy properties as well and as is condition, and we can help you, possibly get this off your hands. So, I mean, I guess, are you waiting for the loan modification to be approved before you make that decision, or would that be something that, we can discuss right now?
Well, it depends. I mean, if I get a good enough offer, screw the loan modification. I could care less. You got an offer?
Well, the offer is dependent upon the condition of the home and the actual sales in the area. So I don't have a number offhand. I do want to, help you out here. I'm sorry you're going through this difficult time, and I know it's frustrating waiting for them to come through with an answer and have you in limbo and everything. So why don't we, set up, a time to, uh, I guess, go through what you want to do with the property as far as, I need to know condition, I need to know, your timeline and things. So have you even thought about, what you want for the property to know if you're getting, a good enough offer?
Well, I mean, you're calling me, so what would your offer be?
Yeah, I definitely understand. You're trying to get an offer right now. Like I said, I have to go through the condition. Can you tell me a little bit about the condition of the property?
Well, let's say you knew nothing about this property. What's your offer? What can you give me?
Yeah, without laying eyes on the property, Brian, it's going to be a sight unseen offer, and it's going to be pretty low. So I don't know if that's something that you would even entertain. I'm looking in the area just offhand, similar properties, so similar to yours, around, I'll say 100,000. Would that be something you would even consider?
Heck no, that's way too low. You said 100,000?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't have the option to see what is needed. Like you said, just give you an offer, and I can tell you that's not how we like to do things, just because we want to give you a more fair and accurate offer based on the condition. um so I mean, I definitely can possibly meet you at the property, put a face to the name, and come up with an offer, and we can shake hands if we agree on something, and if not, no problem, at least we try. How does that sound?
Yeah, I mean, we might be able to do that, but I'm just saying, if you come out here and if it's anything even close to 100, don't waste my time. I'll just wait for the loan modification. I'll see what I can do. Heck, if it's even anything close to that, I'd rather just lose the property. I could care less.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from there. I know you're looking for a certain amount, and we definitely want to make sure it's, to cover what you owe, and of course try to put some money into your pockets. So I definitely want it to be, win-win situation, but it's the auction date coming up in December, as you mentioned, and I think, the best course of action is to, not worry too much about price, but how we can get this resolved. Don't you agree?
No, like I said, I don't care. I'd rather just lose the property. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
let anyone get one over on me.
I completely understand that. And that's the last thing I'm trying to do. So, how about, like I said, if it works, great. I'll have the paperwork in my car. If not, we can part as friends, but I can meet you over there. How does today at 11 sound?
Okay, sweet. I'll see you then.
Wonderful. All right. I'll text you about an hour just to make sure we still are on the same page with the time. And I'll come out to you right away and see what we can do.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you so much.
Love it. All right. T, how do you think you did?
Um, I kind of didn't have no structure to the questioning. I think I went back from the options and then to the process that he's doing with the loan
Mm-hmm.
modification. I asked him a question again that he already answered. So working on my active listening.
Mm-hmm.
I
Good.
tried to, acknowledge what he said before I answered. Every time he said something, I thought I did okay.
Nice. Okay. Great. I like the fact that you're talking about you were specifically looking for certain practices in this call, in this role play. Okay. It wasn't necessarily that you were going to try to win him over or anything like that. You were specifically practicing some things, your active listening, and other things that you mentioned. Okay. So that's great. Okay. So overall, even though he was a little bit aggressive,
Mhm.
you kept your calm and cool, and you played your cards very well. I liked it. Brian, how do you think she did?
I think she did amazing.
Yeah.
She said she didn't have all the questions in hand, but just with the way I was just throwing things at her, I think she reacted amazing. So good
Yeah.
job, T. Um, yeah, yeah, great job.
Nice. I like it. Okay. So some pointers for you, D. Overall, I think it was great. It accomplished what you wanted to do. But in general, if you wanted to get to the next step, okay, um, you know that this was a follow-up call, right, for loan mod. So you'd already talked to them. They said that they're going to go through a loan modification, and so this call is just a follow-up. Okay, so I would just be focused on what happened, what's going on. Okay, what did the
Mhm.
bank say? How's that going for you? Okay, don't uh, don't mix that up, especially at the very beginning. Okay, so
Okay.
I'm just following up to see how it went. Were you able to file the paperwork? Is somebody helping you with that? Okay, so that question actually should have been asked on your last call, on your previous call. Okay. Hey, okay, so you're planning on doing the loan modification? That's fantastic. I think that's a great idea, especially for someone in your situation. Are you going to be doing that on your own, or are you going to have somebody help you? Okay, so that question should have been asked back then, and then on your follow-up, you go, "Oh, okay. So last time you said that you're going to have a servicing company help you out. Okay, just wanted to make sure that the servicing company is doing their job. Okay, were you able to get all the paperwork to them so that they can start? What did they say? Go into specifics about that particular servicing company. Okay,
Mhm.
if he says I'm going to do it on my own. Okay, fantastic. Did you contact the lender? Which department did you talk to? Did you talk to the right company division or department? Were you able to get the list of paperwork that they need? Okay, were you able to complete that task? Okay, because this is extremely time sensitive and important, Brian. You got to understand this. Okay. And I'm here to just make sure that everything gets done because I want you to be able to get what you want. And that's to save the house, it sounds like. Okay. By the way, is that still the goal? You see, now after I've pushed for all of the help that I can give as far as the loan modification is concerned, now I can back off a little bit and plant that seed of doubt. Okay. Okay. Is that still the goal? Are you still planning on going through with the loan modification? Okay. Because, as I told you last time, most lenders don't want to even look at a file if it's within 37 days of the auction date. Now, last time I talked to you, it was like 45 days. Okay, so you did have some time, and I was comfortable with having you go through with this. Okay, but now we're down to 35 days. Okay, and it sounds like you haven't filed your paperwork yet. Okay, you're cutting it extremely close. And in my experience, and then I bring in a third party story, which is, by the way, what I wanted to tell you. And Adam Slover brought it up. Okay, bring in third party stories. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
because I've seen, this scenario happen so many times where the lenders drag it out, drag it on, and they just want paperwork after paperwork after paperwork. And if you're not on top of it, then they will decline it last minute, and now you're stuck. Now you have no other options. Okay, but the worst. Okay, so I want to make sure that that doesn't happen to you. Okay, so if this doesn't happen, if the loan modification doesn't go through, what's plan B for you, Brian? Do you have a
Mm-hmm.
plan B? Okay. And then you go into your pitch, which you did very well as far as bringing in, purchasing the property. Okay. Does that
Gotcha.
make sense?
Yes, yes, I'm taking notes right now. Thanks, Bob. I
Okay.
appreciate it.
Okay. The last thing I would say is, again, uh, Brian was being a little bit aggressive about wanting a price, okay, which is normal. This is what
Yeah.
most buyers or sellers want. They want a price, okay? Don't waste my time. They want a price, okay? Well, I don't know what the price is. How could I know what the price is, Brian, if I haven't seen the house? Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Would you, Brian, go buy a brand new car or a car, a second-hand car, a used car, without ever looking at it and give a price to the seller?
Mm-hmm.
No, of course not. Now you're asking me to do the same thing except on a bigger investment, a house.
Right.
Okay. Hey, Brian, if you sell this house, you're planning on obviously moving to somewhere, right? Are you planning on moving somewhere without seeing that place first and just submitting a rent or purchase price? No, that'd be crazy. So why are you asking me to do a crazy thing? Come on, Brian. Right?
Mm-hmm.
In a laughing, joking manner. But
Yeah.
I'm hitting back. I'm not letting him take those hits and just stand there. Okay. So, um, as far as price is concerned, sight unseen, bring in stories. Okay. And then the last thing was, as far as like price and everything is concerned, talk about your process. How do you go about, okay, submitting an offer to a seller? Well,
Okay.
Brian, obviously, I don't know what the price is right now because I haven't even had a chance to take a look at the house. Okay, my first goal was to help you any way I possibly could. You wanted to go through the loan modification, and that's what I'm trying to do, as I mentioned earlier in this call. Okay, but now that you are open to perhaps selling it as well, okay, if that's a card that you would like to play, all right. I too am a buyer, and I'd love to be able to be the one that purchases it from you. Okay. So if that's the
Mm-hmm.
case, this is what I do. I come in, I take a look at the house, I take some pictures, and then I go back and I run through my numbers with my partners. Okay. And then we submit an offer to you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you're setting up expectations up front. Okay. And you're telling them this is how it's done. I can't just blurt out a price. As soon as you said 100,000, did you see his reaction?
Mm-hmm.
No way. That's way too low. Of course it's too low. Okay. Now, if you wanted to continue with that, you still could. You still could have followed up when he said 100,000. That's crazy. No, absolutely not. You go, exactly. I wouldn't take $100,000 either, Brian, because I haven't seen the house.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you want to let me in to see the house so I can get you a reasonable offer. So I'm indirectly saying you're being unreasonable.
Right. I love that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'd also love to hear from others in the audience as far as, any suggestions that they have. All right. So if that's done, thank you again, Brian. That was great help. I really appreciate it. You're a good seller and becoming a great buyer too. So good job on that. Isaiah. Brian, if you're talking, I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Isaiah, how you doing, buddy?
Good, and you, Bob?
Awesome, awesome. Thank you. You ready? You gonna do some role play?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right.
Yep.
It's 8:50 my time, so this will be the last one. T, would you mind being well, what do you want to do, Isaiah? Do you want to be the buyer or the seller?
I want to be the buyer.
Okay. All right. Would you mind being the seller again, T?
Sure.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay. What kind of list are you going after, Isaiah? Same as last time?
Probates.
Probates.
Yeah,
Love it.
probates.
Okay. All right. So let's go. Ring ring.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello? Oh, okay, sorry. All right. Oh, sorry. One second. Hey, is this the owner of 123 Main Street?
Yes, it is. Who is this?
Yeah, my name's Isaiah. I just wanted to ask you if you're interested in selling.
Uh, I mean, not right now. Eventually.
Oh, okay. You're just taking some time to sit on it, making sure it's the right decision for you.
No, I would like to sell now, but my father passed, and I'm still going through the
Oh,
probate process right now. And they told me it can take 7 months, so I
oh
can't
my
do anything.
goodness. I'm so sorry. That's so hard.
Thank you. Yeah, it definitely is.
And I'm sorry, I don't think I got you. I got it. What's your name?
My name is T.
T. Okay, T. Yeah. Again, my condolences. I'm very sorry. It's not easy to deal with. Anybody passing away. Nonetheless, your father. I'm very sorry about that. How did you ever live in the house with them? Is that like your childhood house?
It is. That's where I grew up with me and my siblings. Yeah, so it's
Oh my
really.
God. Oh man. How many siblings do you have?
There's five of us, and I'm the oldest. So I'm in charge of you know, selling the property. That's what it stated in the will to sell it.
Oh, okay, okay. You're the oldest?
Yeah.
Nice. So you're kind of keeping the family under control, kind of like, hey guys, like I know it's hard right now, but it's okay. Like, just kind of keeping them in check, keeping their heads above water.
Yeah, I'm trying, as well as my own. So yeah, you know how it can be losing a loved one. So
Yeah,
it's
no,
difficult for all of us.
no, 100%. It's unimaginable. I'm so sorry. Does mom still live at the house?
No, she's currently in a nursing home right now.
Oh, okay. Are you close by though, so you could still visit her and keep her company. That way she's not alone.
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
Definitely got
okay.
to both.
That's good. I'm real glad. I get scared thinking about them being alone. Um, I know you said that you would like to sell it right now. But they said that the probate process would take, several months. But I've helped a couple different people in your situation. I mean, just last week I bought a property out of probate. There's a way that we could actually liquidate the largest asset in the will and then get the probate sold within the will. That way you don't end up owing like a bunch of property taxes on it. I know that's really not like the main concern here. I understand it's tough. With it being your dad's property, and that's what I understand is the biggest heartache there. But we could end up liquidating the largest asset in the will and actually selling the property before the probate's finished. Is that something that would be interesting to you?
Yeah, like I said, I'm trying to get this, done because I have my own, affairs to deal with, and the longer that I'm spending time, with this, it's taken away from, what I have to do with my own personal, finances and family and stuff. So I didn't know that was even an option. So how would that work?
Yeah, so it wouldn't be me involved on it. This is a conversation between you. I assume you have a lawyer that's going through probate with you, right?
No, I'm just doing it, pro se on my own.
Okay. Well, generally, like a lawyer would have to go over the right to execute, said order of liquidating the largest asset, or you could just go ahead and talk to a judge about doing that. I mean, especially since it's your property, you're in full control of it now. And I know that the legal fees could be racked up by the end of it, and I know it's just a real pain. That would be the best way of about going about it. And if you want, I could go ahead and you know schedule a meeting at a Starbucks over here off Goshen, and I could kind of sit down with you and really walk you through that process.
I mean, how much am I going to get, for the house? Like, or is it just the process that you're going to, help me with? It sounds like, right?
Well, I do buy houses too. I would like, I would help you through that process, and then I could be the one that ends up buying the house. And as far as what you could get for the house, I mean, do you have a little bit idea of the condition on the house? Is everything inside, up to date?
It's livable. I mean, but it's dated. They were older, so it hasn't been updated in a while.
Oh yeah. How old were they? Did they live a long time?
Yeah, they were in their, late 80s. So
Oh
I
my
think,
gosh, late 80s?
yeah, yeah.
Man, wow, that's pretty good. Wow. I mean, dang, late 80s, that's pretty good. I wish I could live in there. Live that long, right? Um, so everything being dated, like they haven't updated it since, the 80s, 90s, ever since they bought it?
Yeah, about that.
Oh, okay. When did they buy it? Did they own it outright?
Yes, free and clear.
Oh, okay. Is it gonna need a new roof and everything on it?
No, that was done, a couple of years ago. We did, maintain a home as far as so it's not, falling apart or anything like that. It's just dated, but it was nothing leaking, everything's, working as it should. It's just dated.
Right. Okay. Is it I have it pulled up here just on my computer. Is it still a 3.2, or did you guys convert it or anything like that?
No, it's still a 3-2.
Okay, okay. Well, I can't really give you a price as of right now because it's kind of like, I mean, you bought a car before, right? I'm sure.
Yeah.
And you sound like you're pretty educated, you're taking care of your finances, you're taking care of your family. Like I got a feeling, you're a boss woman, right? You're gonna go see the car, make sure that you know what you're buying first before you even agree to a number or anything like that. So essentially, with a bigger investment, that's what I want to do too. I just want to take a look at it and then kind of see what's going on, see what work needs to be done, and then I could give you a number.
Gotcha.
And and if we meet at the property, if you want to bring your siblings along, that way they're comfortable with it too. I know you're the sole executioner of the will, so you are the only one that needs to be there. And I want to be the one helping you. I want to be the one talking to you. But you could bring them along if it feels more comfortable with you. That way you have, second ears on it, right? And we could go there and I could sit down, I could take my pictures, do whatever I need to do, and then I could end up explaining to you, which is what I really, really want to do, is explain you how the probate process works and how I could hold your hand and help you get through this.
That sounds great. I would appreciate that.
Yeah, okay. Um, I'm pretty busy, but on Monday at 2, would that work for you? Or what time works best for you? What time and date? Just let me know and I'll be there.
Yeah, 2 is good.
Okay, T. Well, I appreciate your time. I'll see you there, okay?
Sounds good. Thank you.
Uh-huh. Bye.
Bye.
Awesome. That was excellent, Isaiah. T, how do you think Isaiah did?
I think he did great. He had a great tone.
Mm-hmm.
He showed, empathy. He,
Mm-hmm.
was trying to, relate to, the situation. He sounded like, an expert. I thought he did well.
Fantastic. Yep, I agree. Isaiah, how do you think you did?
Um, I uh I had too much ums, I had too much thinking words. I wasn't precise enough, or I wasn't my sentences didn't flow together all that well.
Well, would you rather your sentences not flow well here or while you're talking to an actual seller?
flow here for sure.
Yeah.
100%.
So excellent job for showing up, okay, and practicing and making your skills better. So always do your practicing off the field, not on the field, as I like to say. But
Right.
overall, I think it was an excellent call. You were very empathetic. You did a lot of good things. Okay. You related. You brought in third party stories, which I loved. Okay. Oh, by the way, T, I love the use of pro se. I don't know if others caught it or not, but great job on that.
Thanks.
The one thing that I would say, besides what you mentioned yourself, Isaiah, as far as the ums and thinking words and things of that nature, uh, having some of them is okay. Okay, it's when it's excessive that you want to be aware. Okay, this is not an essay that you're writing for a college class or anything like that. That it's got to be concise and perfect and all this stuff. Okay, you're having a conversation, and in conversations people say or whatever, okay? But you want to keep it to, as little as possible if you can.
Okay.
Um, the other thing that I would say was as far as you inviting T to bring any influencers, So I like it, okay? But here's how I would do it instead. Instead of saying, and if you have anybody else that you need to talk to, they're welcome to come. What you're doing with that, the way that you said it, is you're inviting her to think. Even if she wasn't thinking about it, now she's thinking about it. Oh,
Mm.
who do I have that I can bring with me? Okay. So instead of doing that, turn around and say, oh, and by the way, are there any other people that are involved in the decision with you? Yes, my realtor, my friend, my sister, my cousin, whoever. Okay. Oh, okay. If you'd like, you're more than welcome to bring them over. As a matter of fact, I would love to see them so that I can explain everything in front of them so you all have the information at hand to make the right decision. Okay. If she says,
Okay.
no, no, I don't, okay, no worries. End it. Don't say, oh, because if you don't, then if you did, then you could. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Don't
All right.
don't open that can of worms if possible. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Okay. But overall, excellent job. I loved it. Keep coming back. Let's keep practicing. Okay.
All right. 100%. Thanks.
Okay. Yeah, Adam says the same thing. The fact you're able to notice your ums is a huge step in the right direction. Just get in the practice and don't judge yourself. Let others give you feedback. Awesome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you all. T, Isaiah, Brian, thank you for joining us here and letting us help you as well as the audience. I appreciate you all here. Tomorrow afternoon, we're going to have our underwriting with Adam Slover as well. And so look forward to seeing you all there. And then we'll see you guys back here on Wednesday morning so that we can do some more role plays. So I want to see more of you guys jump up here. Eric, Nina, Manuel, I want to see you guys up here on Wednesday. Thank you guys. Hope you have a great day. I'll see you guys later. Take care.
Bye.